So one of the ways in which people might explore dramaturgy is through the use of a metaphorical model. So the idea of theatre as a machine, for example, Elliot Roberts again is very enthusiastic about that. The idea that you put information into it and it comes out in a certain way. Elliot also likes the idea of dramaturgy as fire, which is a big part of his approach to thinking about his role as a dramaturg. So these things are kind of good metaphors. Obviously the metaphor I'm using today to explain dramaturgy is the idea of tidying up, of sorting through. Of course there was a dramaturgical choice that I made when I was preparing to video myself. And the dramaturgical choice was that I would tidy up and do some stuff while I'm talking to you. Partially because it keeps my attention off the subject in hand and I don't get too intense about the whole thing. But also because I actually really do need to tidy my house up, so it's not a metaphor there. Let's talk about that though. The dramaturgy is a tidying up. I quite like this. You go through your receipts. There's a world buffet receipt. I must have had an all-you-can-eat. Probably not a dramaturgical model that we should go for because it's a bit greedy. And the idea that you're sort of sifting through bits and pieces, it's a reflective process. You're finding out what's perhaps already there. In this case, quite a lot of what's already there is old junk I haven't emptied out of my pockets, but also the occasional interesting bit of information about a show I've seen. Those things that I'm putting over there, for example, are all programmes, actually from various shows. And this looks like a magazine that's a bit broken, and yes, it's Fizz, without an inside. So yeah, I actually quite like this model because what I'm really saying here is that we do things instinctively. I instinctively made a big mess of this table. Wow, these are really great CDs. I don't know why I haven't been looking after this. Yeah, so we just throw a bunch of stuff here and we lose really cool stuff like 6 organs of admittance CDs and you don't know where they are. But the sort of reflective process of going back over it and saying, well, what can be kept, CDs, and what can be thrown away, Christmas wrapping paper. This is July. I'm making this in July and there's still stuff there. Melt banana CDs, that's really good. And interesting thing about an art event I went to. So what I'm really doing is I'm sifting through, I'm finding out what's here and what doesn't need to be here. There you are. There's a good way of thinking about some of the questions that I've posed in my dramaturgical database.